and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris, and I am your host. When we went to break, I told you that I would have a sensational guest as my guest doing this segment, and her name is Dorian Webb. Dorian Webb is a designer and creator of jewelry. Dorian, welcome to All About Community.
Thanks. I'm really excited to be here.
All right, not nearly as excited as I am because my wife loves jewelry. Matter of fact, she's almost sent me to the poorhouse. Let's chat for a moment about your background, where you were born, raised, and education. Where were you born?
Sure. So I was born in South Jersey. So I grew up right outside of Philadelphia. And then I went to school in New Haven, went to Yale University, studied architecture.
All right.
And
Yale. You're Yale.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. And while I was there, I spent some time studying in Italy. And during that time, I just decided with my limited skill set that I wanted to find a way that I'd be able to visit Italy at least 6 times a year. So jewelry is the method that I came up with.
Now, why did you decide not to do architecture?
I think I wanted to do something that was a little bit more personal and that I could also really be hands-on with. And with jewelry, there's that personal connection to people, and it's something that you wear against your skin. It's something that you put on for special moments. It's something that has meaning for people. So I think that for me, it was almost like using a lot of those tenets that I learned in architecture about how to think about space, think about relationships, about the way things make you feel, and to translate that into something that was smaller and portable that people could take with them.
And how long have you been in this business?
Since college days, so it's been a few decades now.
But you haven't always been here in Oakland, have you?
No, I haven't. No, I was based in New York for quite some time, and then just moved to Oakland, I guess about 10 years ago. And when I first moved here, actually, I was taking a break from the business and just wanted to spend some time actually teaching low-income women how to start their own businesses.
And have you been successful in doing that?
Yeah. So I did and loved that. But then there was something that I still kind of was missing. And so that's when I restarted the business and just kind of got back to designing again and doing that. Because I think that everybody's here for a certain reason, that they have certain gifts, and that you've got to use those gifts.
And what you found was missing, I suppose, was that jewelry. You say the feel of jewelry.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that creative process, which is what was missing. So I still help people in my work, and anyone I come across, I try to help or add value in some way in getting them to where they want to be in their business. But what I like to do is create, and to take an idea from thought to actual existence.
And you saw a link, I think you indicated, between architecture and jewelry.
Oh, definitely.
And what is that link that you saw?
Well, I think a lot of it is just based on design. Most of the big designers that you know of, especially Italian designers, Giorgio Armani, Gucci, just all of the large designers studied architecture. And it's a great field to study just because it makes you think about spatial relationships and how things kind of come together. So that's just a great thing, a great field to study for any design field.
Now, did you encounter any obstacles at all as you went into the jewelry business?
Not really. I think, though, that the jewelry industry for me as an African American woman was something that was a little bit, it wasn't closed off, but it was just an area I didn't really know about. It was also an area that my parents didn't know about, that their friends didn't know about. So it was hard for them to kind of help me or to direct me. And in some ways also, too, I think that all parents really want their kids to do well and want them to thrive. So they that often leads them to being supportive of going into areas where they can more easily help that process.
Now, did you have any mentors in
No.
this area?
No, no. There weren't, and I think that that's also why it's so important for me now to be visible about what I'm doing, just because I think that it makes a difference to see somebody who looks like you doing something that you want to do. And even if you don't have that immediate connection, you at least know that that's possible. But to have that, to not have that visibility, it's just, how do you know that you can do something if you haven't seen that exists, that other people have been able to succeed in that area? And then how do you garner support from people who love you to do that when they don't also see any path forward for you?
Any regrets in not having stayed with the field of architecture?
No, none whatsoever. None whatsoever.
And we're going to have to take a break at this in a moment, but when we come back, I want to talk with you about the 6Designer nationwide that you were selected for. So don't touch that remote. When we come back, we're going to talk about that particular nationwide designer concept. My name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and I am talking with Dorian Webb. We will be right back. Don't touch that remote. Put it down.